The University of Texas's endowment is poised to overtake Harvard's as the richest in higher education, and it has everything to do with oil. Here to explain, Bloomberg's Janet Lorin with today's Big Take story, which you can find on the Bloomberg terminal as well as online. Bloomberg.com/Big Take, I believe, is the address you would want to type in. This is a fascinating story. Clearly, it has everything to do with the fact that the University of Texas system is sitting on a patch of oil and gas land, and it is leased. Just talk us through the numbers and what a big revenue driver it actually is for Texas.
So the University of Texas system manages 2.1 million acres in the Permian Basin. To give you some scope, size of Delaware and Rhode Island, all under their management. And the land they were given was in the 1800s when it was supposed to be, bring in revenue for grazing rights. And then 100 years ago, wildcatters struck oil, and of course the Permian Basin is the largest oil producer in North America. And this year, because of oil prices, topping 100, it brought in more revenue, but also more production. University Lands, which is a division of the University of Texas system, has a different strategy. They're looking to extract more oil. So more oil, higher prices equals, best year for revenue, more than $2 billion. And this also
given the fact that how does the student body feel about this? Is there any pushback within the university about investing in fossil fuels?
Well, good question. If you look on the campus, the original oil well is right near the football stadium, and most people walk by it and don't really understand what it is or its significance. It's actually not an investment. It's just cash that they get in. They're not actively putting money in private equity energy funds. It's just their asset that they have, and they've had for quite a long time.
Well, and of course, it's fossil fuel assets, right? Which in theory is what the world is trying to pivot away from eventually, which for many would raise the question of, okay, well, why would the University of Texas system base its financial future on that? But you point out in the story that this land isn't just good for oil and gas, it is also ripe for development of solar and wind production, so they're kind of insulated either way.
Yes, I mean, it's sort of an accident of history that this land that they were given is, a massive producer of oil, but they are extremely well positioned for wind and solar. It's sort of a newer business. They're growing that. But if you look at the maps of best wind and solar in the country, you're looking right there. Plus, in the climate bill that was just passed, there are provisions that would actually also give them additional revenue sources, such as carbon sequestration, and who knows what other green technology is going to be available that will be another potential revenue source for the university system.
Janet, how does this money get used? We're going to see the President of the United States Wednesday coming out with fresh announcements when it comes to student loans. How does the University of Texas distribute some of this money? How does it help out its students?
Good question. It is very limited in how it's used for capital projects, mostly. It's building new buildings, new hospitals, and the system says this is what the state constitution allows them to do. So it is very limited in what they can do. It's not open to every public institution in the state of Texas. It's really just a few in the UT system, and Texas A&M, that system also shares in this revenue.
Just very quickly, I would imagine other endowments are not doing that well in this environment. I mean, how bad is it for other colleges and universities?
So great question. So we're expecting to see investment losses for most colleges this year. So, and a lot of those were based on private equity, unrealized gains from last year. So as University of Texas endowment may itself have investment losses, but this is just hard cash that comes in and really insulates the endowment. And it also gives their managers liquidity, and they could, which is very rare in this time.